This man is not human, but he is about to die because a mudman has found him. The night before, the man, drunk again, came to his ex-wife's house. The woman didn't want to get too involved with him and was turning to go back into the house to call the police when the man suddenly broke through the door and began beating her and her daughter. The woman quickly grabbed an iron rod nearby and knocked the man to the ground, then immediately grabbed her son and fled the scene. The injured woman was rushed to the hospital, and her brother, Fur, arrived at the hospital as soon as he could. Seeing his sister lying on the hospital bed, he felt deeply heartbroken. When he found out that it was her ex-husband causing trouble again, he became extremely angry. Fortunately, her son, John, only had minor injuries. He promised mother and son that such things would never happen again. After leaving the hospital, Fur returned to his home, where he pulled out a mysterious jar from his cupboard, along with several pages of ancient scriptures. He took a small pinch of dirt and began chanting the incantations written on the pages. Meanwhile, the man at his sister's house got drunk again. When he went into the backyard, a patch of mud suddenly appeared in the dry yard. Before he could understand what was happening, the muddy water instantly turned into a tall figure of mud that grabbed the man into its embrace. The next morning, Nick and Hansen arrived at the scene. At this point, the man's body was completely covered in mud, and the cause of death was suffocation. Nick observed the surroundings and noticed that the mud was not from the local area and wondered how the killer had transported it here. Just then, the dead man's brother rushed over from the crowd. Upon learning that his brother had been murdered, he immediately suspected his brother's ex-wife, as their conflicts had never stopped since their divorce. However, Nick and Hansen believed that the cause of death was certainly some kind of monster, so they all went to the hospital. After hearing about her ex-husband's death, the brother and sister were both shocked. Fur quickly asked about the cause of death, but Hansen didn't mention the situation at the scene, and Lisa, who had accompanied them, was sitting aside, playing with the child. Occasionally scanning the room with her eyes, Lisa was not only skilled in martial arts, but also an expert at calming children. Meanwhile, Fur arrived at the crime scene, and when he saw the dirt on the ground, he was shocked beyond belief. He never expected that the ancient curse he had uttered would truly take effect in reality.